Welcome back. If you're just joining us, you're watching the Daily Roundup on NBC. The Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations, in partnership with the Center for Agriculture and Bioscience International, is implementing a technical cooperation program in Namibia. The TCP aims to address the increased invasion of plant pests and diseases exacerbated by climate change and trade activities. Namibia, a signatory to International Plant Protection Convention, seeks to enhance its plant health management through phytosanitary capacity evaluation and the establishment of plant health clinics across 6 regions. We are now joined telephonically, that is, by Mbapeua Karutjaiva, the FAO Project Assistant. A very good evening to you, Mbapeua. Thank you so much for joining us.
Good evening to you. Good evening to all the viewers, and thank you for having me on the show.
Indeed, a pleasure. What is the purpose of the technical cooperation program implemented by the Food and Agriculture Organization and that is CABI as well in Namibia?
All right. So the technical cooperation program that FAO, Food and Agriculture Organization, is implementing with CABI, basically is just aiming to address plant health challenges in Namibia. The main purpose of this technical cooperation program is to strengthen Namibia's plant protection organization through equipping the Ministry of Agriculture, Water and Land Reform, in particular the Plant Health Unit, with expertise and resources to effectively safeguard Namibia's agriculture sector, and in particular when we look at the crop and horticulture sector. Secondly, also the purpose of this program is really just to enhance plant health services, and this will be done through the setting up of 10 plant health clinics in various regions in the country, and also the provision of training to ministry personnel to diagnose and address plant health issues at a community level. And on this front, what we have done so far is we've provided a training in collaboration with CABI, and that was to just basically train 29 officials from the Ministry of Agriculture. And these are agriculture extension officers, and we've trained them as plant doctors.
Indeed. So how does climate change contribute to the increased invasion of plant pests and diseases?
So climate change has been one of the contributing factors really to the invasion of plant pests and diseases. As you may know, plant pests and diseases really know no boundary. And in the world that we are living in, it's no surprise that plant pests are just traveling and colonizing new areas. Climate change is one of those factors that exacerbate this spread. Climate change also creates an enabling or favorable condition for plant pests and the survival of specific plant diseases in new areas. You may recall even recently the outbreaks that we've had with fall armyworm, fruit flies, and desert locusts. And this is all as a result of climate change expanding host range and this distribution of pests.
Very well. And why is strengthening the plant health unit within the Agriculture Ministry, like you just rightfully mentioned earlier, very essential for Namibia National Plant Protection Organization?
Thank you for the question. In Namibia, the plant health unit within the Ministry of Agriculture actually acts as the Namibia's National Plant Protection Organization. Right. And because of this, strengthening this unit is key for several reasons. Number one, the Plant Health Unit of the Ministry of Agriculture plays a crucial role in preventing the introduction of plant pests and diseases through inspections, through the quarantine measures that they are carrying out at Namibia's borders across the country. The unit is also responsible for surveillance and monitoring. Right. So it's very key to equip the plant health unit with to be able to actively monitor plant health within the country, to detect outbreaks early enough so that swift action can be taken. And lastly, this is also the unit that's responsible for developing and enforcing regulations related to plant health and to ensure safe movement of plant materials not only within the country, but also outside of the country. And this is one of the reasons why it's so critical or crucial to strengthen this unit's functionality.
Indeed. So now, what specific regions in Namibia will have the plant health, clinics established under this project then?
Under this project, we are, like I mentioned earlier, we are establishing 10 plant health clinics in 8 regions. We are looking at Khomas, Kavango East, Kavango West, Hardap, Karas, Zambezi, Ohangwena, and Namsaki region. And this is just mainly for effective pest control management. We also want to highlight that when we are referring to plant health clinics, we are not saying this is a setup of new structures or erecting of new structures, but we are rather leveraging on the existing structures of the Ministry of Agriculture, which is the Agricultural Development Centers. And what we are essentially providing is the basic tools, and we are also providing a digital platform to be able to conduct the diagnosis. And another thing that I would like to add to that is that we are supporting these plant clinics. We are giving the support to the Ministry of Agriculture, basically just to support their mandate to enhance plant health and to provide farmers with access to diagnostic services and advice. And we have also observed that there is public outrage and confusion regarding the establishment of these clinics, but we'd like to inform the public that plant health is crucial for lives and livelihoods, as 80% of all the food that we consume actually comes from plants. So we just wanted to just highlight that as well.
Very well. So phytosanitary capacity evaluation is, of course, one of the things that this initiative will be deliberating. So what role does the phytosanitary capacity evaluation actually play in enhancing plant health management?
Thank you. Phytosanitary capacity evaluation is actually a crucial step in enhancing plant health management. The evaluation is going to help Namibia to assess its strengths and weaknesses, especially looking at the NPPO, which you spoke about earlier. Yeah. And we're really just going to look at the ability for the NPPO to prevent the introduction and the spread of plant pests and diseases. We're going to look at their ability to diagnose and respond to plant health emergencies, to enforce phytosanitary regulations effectively. And really the general view is that the results from this evaluation will guide future investments and capacity building activities to strengthen Namibia's plant health system.
Very well. And just before we wrap up our conversation, let's talk about, who will be providing this training to strengthen the capacity of plant health and other relevant stuff in phytosanitary measures. Who will be providing this training?
So all the trainings will be provided by FAO in collaboration with CABI, and trainings will be provided to ministry staff and to various stakeholders. Trainings will be covering topics such as plant pest and disease identification, diagnostic techniques, surveillance, and all of this will be done in collaboration with CABI.
Very well. Lastly, how can members of the community in those regions, as you just mentioned earlier, become part of this training and become part of this program, rather, so that they can actually start practicing this and also start harnessing what can be a harm to plant and, of course, health as well?
So what we'll be doing is the trainings will be given to the extension staff of the Ministry of Agriculture, who will be providing these services as part of their existing mandate. So farmers and community members are more than welcome to engage with them and reach out for their services in terms of diagnosing plant pests and diseases.
All right. Just lastly, before I let you go again, you mentioned that you trained about 29 individuals, and I speak under correction here, but what has been the reaction so far from those 29 and also perhaps the public that you've done a study on this program?
I think the plant health unit, because the training has been given to extension officers, right. We have received a lot of appreciation as the training actually helped to strengthen not only what they already know, but really to strengthen the services that they can give to the community to improve ultimately food security and nutrition.
Very well. Mbapeua, thank you so much for making the time to speak to us. We wish you all the best for this initiative, and thank you so much for making the time to speak to us this evening.
Thank you for having me, and wishing you a pleasant evening as well.
Thank you. Mbapeua Karutjaiva is the Food and Agriculture Organization's Project Assistant, talking to us about the technical cooperation program that is set to be launched in Namibia a bit later on. We are watching the Daily Roundup. We'll give you more